This is CBC Nova Scotia News.
Missing records. A Nova Scotia family seeks answers after their infant son's medical records disappear for months.
Spring shredding. Ski Cape Smokey defies the seasonal melt with a rare late April finish.
And a Nova Scotia community plans a living tree museum to revive a forest lost to Hurricane Fiona.
Another nice one shaping up for Tuesday with mild temperatures, some wet weather filling in mid to late week. Your full forecast is coming up.
Good evening. A mother in the Annapolis Valley says she's still trying to understand how her son's medical records could go missing for more than 2 months.
Tegan Hiltz had high praise for the care provided by the IWK Health Centre, but she remains concerned about what happened after they left the hospital. Michael Gorman explains.
By all accounts, Caden Talomi is happy and healthy, but it was a very different situation in late January.
How he got sick was so sudden and terrifying. We thought we were going to lose him.
Caden was experiencing constant seizures. He was rushed to his local hospital and then transferred to the IWK, where he was in the ICU for more than a week. Hutz has nothing but praise for the care Caden received, but she grew concerned when for more than 2 months the hospital could not find his treatment records or test results. Initially, the IWK didn't even have proof he'd been there.
I was shocked. I was confused, and after that, someone did say, okay, we'll find this. And then I still wasn't getting any callbacks, wasn't hearing from any of the follow-up appointments. Like, he had a bunch of genetic testing, blood tests done, everything, and just not finding anything out.
Most of Caden's records were finally found last week. While she doesn't have a full explanation, Hutt says someone from the IWK told her the missing records could be associated with the hospital's transition to the new electronic medical record system. The IWK did not make someone available for an interview, but in a statement, a senior official said that with major system transitions, there can be isolated cases of information not appearing when and where clinicians expect. Quote, when this occurs, it is taken very seriously and reviewed promptly. We have no evidence of a systemic issue resulting in permanent loss of entire patient records. We continue to monitor system performance closely and work with our provincial partners to address any workflow or integration challenges that are identified. The new record system is scheduled to roll out in the province's Central Health Zone May 9th.
The point of this is to have a centralized repository for people's information, for their imaging, for their diagnostics, all of those things that can be easily accessed by a variety of providers. So, that is the point of the project. And again, I haven't heard that it's widespread. That case will obviously give us information about how that happened.
Hutz is glad to finally have the records, but she's still awaiting some test results and a fulsome explanation.
They were wonderful at that hospital. Like, it's no pointing fingers or anything. We just want answers. That's it. Like, these things can happen, right? But I would like to get a follow-up or a call or something.
Michael Gorman, CBC News, Canning.
3 adults are dead following a Saturday morning fire at a residence in Lower Sackville. Emergency crews responded to the fire on Manor Drive just before 4 a.m. Firefighters tried to enter the home when they arrived on scene, but Halifax Fire say conditions were so intense due to the smoke. 3 adults, a 43-year-old man, a 38-year-old woman, and a 73-year-old woman were removed from the building. Life-saving measures were unsuccessful. The cause of the fire is under investigation.
A Halifax cyclist accused of stealing from a grocery store was sent to hospital Sunday after being struck by a police cruiser. Police pursued the man after he fled the Quinpool Superstore on his bicycle around 2:30 p.m. An eyewitness says a police vehicle drove the wrong way onto a one-way street and then struck the cyclist and crashed into a pole. They plan to file a report with police about the incident.
It's the first nice day we've had this year. We have Dede's around the corner, which had a lineup all day. There are small children that live in this area that are regularly on the sidewalks. And you came flying down the wrong way. And I understand you're chasing somebody, but after finding out that he had robbed a grocery store, I think that was a bit excessive force to pursue somebody on a bicycle.
Police say the cyclist and an officer were taken to hospital. There's been no update on their condition. CERT says it is reviewing the incident to see if it meets their mandate for an investigation.
An investigation into Cape Breton Regional Municipality's sale of land in Sydney Harbour is going ahead, but it will not be done by the RCMP. Councillors have been upset since finding out that the mayor and staff sold the Sydport Wharf property without informing council members. Staff say the sale was pre-approved by the previous council in 2015. Mayor Cecil Clark says since the RCMP declined to look into it, the regional police have been asked to review the file.
While the province is turning green, the winter season didn't melt away as quickly at a ski hill in Cape Breton. Ski Cape Smokey pushed their season to the limit with a rare stretch of late April runs. The CBC's Anna Rack has more.
It's not a common sight on a sunny day in late April. Skiers hitting the slopes. Surrounded by grass, 5 runs at Ski Cape Smokey were open on the last Friday of the season. The hill keeping up with their snowmaking late into April. The ski hill's management say it would be a crime to close in such great conditions.
So we are not that busy, but at the same time we hope to change this perspective because conditions are fantastic. Cabot Trail is beautiful in April and it's a little bit forgotten in April as well. So we just wanted to show people, hey, there are so many things to do in Cabot Trail and you can still take Smokey for granted for skiing.
For locals still enjoying their time on the hill, they say it is great to have a place to get in a few last runs.
It's great. It's great spring skiing. It's not too slushy. It's like skiing through butter.
Given it was so late in the season, there were no lines for the gondola, and the hills were not too busy. Emerald Bernhardt is a 12-year-old skier from Ingonish. He had the chance to skip school for a day and enjoy the slopes.
I like it emptier because there's not usually anyone here, so you can just do really whatever you want.
Although he only started skiing 2 years ago, Emerald is training for ski racing, so he's getting as much time on the hill as he can.
I always like to ski the woods, and the woods here are always awesome because it's always snowy, there's always the best conditions. You're skiing the woods up until March.
The positive feedback and the sound of the slopes, music to management's ears.
We haven't heard so many positive things probably in our careers so far. Only positive notes, people are happy, so many smiles, and it is worth for those smiles to remain open.
This season at Cape Smokey started on December 12th and lasted until April 25th. That's 134 days of East Coast skiing. Anna Rack, CBC News, Ingonish.
Yeah, it was that kind of winter for sure. Now with the present-day forecast, here's Ryan Snoddon.
Yes, and lots of sunshine.
Lots of sun, beautiful day for ski down Smokey. And yes, have a look. I mean, temperatures out there today did get to 8 degrees in and around Ingonish, 11 in Cheticamp, 11 in Sydney. We got to 15 and even 18 degrees through the Annapolis Valley today. 16 in Truro. Tomorrow's temperatures pretty similar. An east to southeast flow. We should be around the 16 to 17, maybe 18 range again through the valley. Temps pretty similar again for tomorrow, as I said. Increasing clouds in the southwest of the province and maybe a late day shower, more so into the evening time frame as we look at this area of high pressure, trying to fight this low off. But it does look like it will snake in enough that we see some showers, as I said, late day Tuesday, more so overnight, and then for Wednesday morning as well. And then we've got a secondary system that's going to be moving in from the west, and that will be bringing us more beneficial wet weather towards the later stages of this week. We'll talk about that with your full 7-day forecast coming up.
All right, thanks so much, Ryan.
Sounds good.
Talk
Thank
soon.
you. Thanks, Ryan.
Well, the Lake Charlotte Area Heritage Society is working to create an Atlantic Coast Arboretum on Nova Scotia's eastern shore, as the CBC's Molly McNaughton tells us.
The Memory Lane Heritage Village is hoping to replace some of the trees lost to Hurricane Fiona by planting a sort of living tree museum. The hope is that the Arboretum will blend cultural and natural history. 4 years ago, when the hurricane hit, the Heritage Village lost 175 trees. Now the time has come to replace them. And the Heritage Society that runs the museum says that presents an opportunity to plant species of trees and shrubs that showcase some of the cultural practices of the past.
So, for instance, if you go into our fish store, we have a with rod made eel pot, which would have been used for catching eels. And now we have the with rod growing on the site. We can connect those two things together. So similarly with a lobster trap or a buoy or the ribs of a boat, those all came from different kinds of trees, and we'll be able to connect people to the trees, actually the living trees, to those cultural artifacts.
Right now, they're in the planning stage. That includes holding public information sessions and doing historical research on the property. They're looking at hydrology, soil structure, and the impacts of climate change before putting any new saplings in the ground.
We want to make sure that some of those long-lived species really are put in the right place where we can care for them, where they're not going to harm a registered heritage property, which we have on site, but that they're going to also be able to be appreciated for a long time to come.
The Atlantic Coast Arboretum will stretch beyond the Memory Lane Heritage Center, from Lawrencetown to Ecum and inland to Mooseland. That's where Otter Pond's demonstration forest operates. They've been supporting the Society's project by sharing their expertise in best forestry practices. And they're excited to see the project take root.
It's part of, informing the public about the state of our forests and the changes that are happening. But it's actually with what Memory Lane does about the cultural history of forestry on the Eastern Shore. It gives you that context, knowing what has happened in the past really kind of makes the present and potential future, more alive.
Fundraising for the project started 2 years ago. The village hopes to raise just over $400,000 by the end of this summer. The plan is to open the Arboretum to the public in 2027. Molly McNaughton, CBC News, Lake Charlotte.
Data obtained by Radio-Canada shows that more than 2/3 of students at Peninsular Halifax's only French school leave the French system after grade 9. École Mérimonde in South End Halifax is on a primary to 9 school. This means that graduating students have to go off the peninsula to get a French education. But in recent years, the majority of students are instead choosing to go to high school at English schools. The head of the province's French school board says the situation is an emergency. To address the problem, the school board has had conversations with families who have left the French system. It also put together a committee with the province and Office of Acadian Affairs and Francophonie to come up with solutions.
A Nova Scotia church that serves as a symbol of Acadian identity has won $50,000 to help restore the building's steeple and bring back the bell's chimes. Recognized as the tallest wooden church in North America, Église Saint-Marie in Church Point was built in the early 1900s. It was set to be torn down last year, but now it's one of the grand prize winners of the Next Great Save competition. The contest provides cash prizes to help protect heritage sites in Canada. Tens of thousands of votes were cast for the church in the contest. Well, since they moved to a new location a year ago, St. Margaret's Bay Food Bank in Upper Tantallon has had some people confused about where to find it.
So for the anniversary of the move, the organization decided to throw a party, putting themselves on the map for those who need it the most. The CBC's Juliana Grillo went to their open house to learn more.
And this is all stuff to help people.
Wendy Parker says she has a rapport with the people who come through the door. She knows what food they like, their dislikes, their allergies. She even knows their pets' allergies. Before they switch locations, though, she noticed the uptick in demand.
We're seeing a lot more double income families having to come, whereas 20-some years ago it wasn't quite like that.
Courtney Bragg is the group's chair. She says they went from renting their old location to owning the current one, which is behind a plaza and some parking lots. That makes it more private, but also harder to find. She had the idea of doing an open house with live music, cake, a barbecue, and even a raffle, all to reintroduce the food bank to the community.
Getting the word out and letting people know where we are, but this is a great step in that direction.
Bragg says the food bank helps around 50 people each week. And with the cost of fuel and other goods being unpredictable, she fears maybe more families will need their services. Juliana Grillo, CBC News, Upper Tantallon.
Beautiful day over downtown Halifax.
Never disappoints, the Halifax waterfront.
Gorgeous. Well, Ryan is up next with a full weather forecast. We will see you on the other side of the break. Do stay with us.
All right, starting to find our weather mojo, don't you think? We're on a bit of a roll here. Lovely sunny day on Sunday afternoon, at least in the Halifax area. And another pretty nice one today.
Yep, and more to come.
Yesterday was fantastic. Tomorrow, great. Today, great as well. Skipped right over today, which was a great day. In fact, I've got a great time lapse to start us off here. Not too much to show in the clouds today, so why not Burnt Coat Head with one of the best tide views in the world.
That is so cool.
It isn't it? So here's the morning, and again, up it comes, or in it comes, I should say, and then out it goes just as quickly. And that is, again, what a
So
sight.
neat, huh?
More proof of a great day in Nova Scotia.
Yes,
right there.
for sure.
Sun shining.
And let's have a look at where we are right now. And so, yes, still a low tide there, and thanks to Nova Scotia webcams for that. Beautiful, beautiful evening out there across the province. It's around 14 degrees at Burnt Coat Head, and it's 16 degrees in Greenwood, 16 in Parsboro. Temps obviously cool along the Atlantic coastline. That is going to be the name of the game here in the coming weeks until we can warm things up. But as you will see with the provincial forecast, as I do update those water temperatures, starting to creep up a degree or two. Still very chilly, but we're seeing some, finally, those 1s and 2s on the board are jumping up a little bit, and I'll update that in just a second. There are the current winds, which have been a factor today, in from the east to southeast. That'll be the name of the game again tomorrow with that same type of a flow. We've had some clouds into the mix over the last few hours along the Atlantic coastline. But generally, it is high-pressure domination. This low is, as I said earlier, going to try to bust in. That's the cloud that is fanning into the province already. But we'll see, I think, the high holding off. Forecast modeling doing a pretty good job with this, although the latest runs are now starting to show a few showers pushing into Shelburne in the southwest late tomorrow afternoon. This system here will be driving off to the north, and we'll see a secondary low developing here off to the south and moving its way up the coast. That is what will bring us the late week rain. Look at the temps out west as spring struggles to really get a firm footing. It comes, it goes, and it's really ebbed and flowed here over the last few weeks. And Toronto up to 17, but again, chilly temperatures back on tap for later week for them, as well as we look at the forecast for tonight. Temperatures ranging between +2 and -2. And as we look at the outlook, and again, this is the Canadian model that shows the clouds and the precipitation that I've got loaded in here. And I can tell you most of them the same. I get to pick which model I show you each day. And the Canadian model just updated a few minutes before I went on here, and I can show you this, that it's now starting to push that shower activity into the region, that southwest corner of the province, late afternoon into the evening. So it was kind of holding off on that idea. Now most are at least showing that chance for you folks here. So that's looking a little more likely now, maybe even just before supper time. 6 to 10 degrees across Cape Breton tomorrow. No chance of precip here. Just a beautiful day. Again, a bit cool thanks to those east to southeast winds. 6 degrees in onshore winds to as warm as 13. Places like Antigonish County. 15 to 16 degrees across the Northumberland shore tomorrow, more like 8 degrees. And yeah, that water temperature up a little bit, 3-4 degrees right now off Halifax, and temperatures right now 15, 16 degrees looking likely for you folks in the valley tomorrow. And again, should likely put some precip icons on here now for Shelburne in particular, but looks like Liverpool, Yarmouth, also the risk for some showers here before supper time tomorrow, but more so into the evening and overnight. Those showers kind of fade away though. High pressure still under the influence here as we move into Wednesday. Some sun breaks certainly possible. I should say likely Cape Breton, possible across the mainland, especially for eastern areas and maybe even the west into the afternoon. Those temps still quite variable on Wednesday thanks to that east to southeast flow. Thursday looks pretty cloudy, couple of isolated showers and some drizzle, and then this is the more beneficial line of rain that is looking more set now for Friday. And it does look like that will push through. That'll allow for a break on Saturday, and then another system looking set for Sunday into Monday. So May kicks off on Friday, Tom and Amy, so it would be nice to get some beneficial rain here before things get too far gone.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Okay,
right.
Thanks so much, Ryan.
Thank you, Ryan.
Well, many oyster growers in Western PEI are reporting 100% mortality in their cages after they pull them up after the winter.
The industry has been hit hard by MSX and dermo, two diseases. Now, with livelihoods on the line, there is an urgent plea for federal intervention. The CBC's Nancy Russell has that story.
On a normal year.
PEI oyster growers are facing a tough reality this spring. Millions of dead oysters that didn't survive the winter. This part of the island has been hit hard by MSX. The parasite is not harmful to humans, but attacks oysters, killing them in big numbers.
This morning I went out. We started at 7 o'clock this morning. I dumped 100 cages. They are 100% dead. We're going to take them up and put them in the woods. Just try not to think about it, I guess. It's pretty devastating, really.
Today I was lifting oysters off the bottom. I sunk them last fall. And when I raised them this spring there, it's pretty well 100% mortality.
As they pull them up, more dead oysters.
Yesterday and this morning, I probably dumped around close to $100,000 worth of oysters, dead oysters. And I'm only about, might be 30% done of my own.
Tyler Hardy says the losses are adding up.
Last year, I probably dumped 300,000. This year, probably 300 to 400,000. That's just my personal self, and I'm a small grower. Other family members are a lot bigger than I am, so it's not good.
These oysters are dead, but there's also a concern about the disease spreading. So they're getting rid of them, big piles in the woods and even on their driveways.
This younger generation right here, what are they going to do? Like, that's their future right here, this younger generation. I feel for this family here, the Hardys and whoever else is growing oysters. I can tell they're stressed to the limit, and it's not good.
Western PEI is also home to oyster processors who buy and then sell what is grown here. They too are feeling the impact.
It's hurting all the little stores, the welding shops, the outboard places, the truck places, the grocery stores, because what's people going to do when all their livelihoods dead?
And it's not just MSX that's impacting the oyster industry on PEI. There's also another disease called dermo, spreading and killing oysters. Tyler Hardy has seen what's happening and got his trucker's license to keep him going until the industry rebounds. But it's not what he wants to do.
I was always on the water, and I don't want to leave it.
The mortality has been high in oyster leases. In May, the wild fishers and dories head out on the water. The industry is bracing for more bad news. Nancy Russell, CBC News, East Biddeford.
Coming up, Nova Scotia wineries are anticipating a boost in business as they gear up to sell directly to consumers in Ontario. Next month, wine producers in Nova Scotia expect to see an increase in business. That's because interprovincial alcohol sales will be allowed. At this point, only Ontario has a deal with this province for cross-border sales. Melissa Herbin is with the Wine Growers of Nova Scotia. She's the executive director there. This could mean big things, I'm hearing, for the industry. How are wineries here feeling about this new era?
Well, this agreement, it's a really good first step. So we're really pleased that Nova Scotia and Ontario are leading the charge in reducing these barriers, which essentially were really hard or very difficult to ship wine across the border. So they're actively getting ready, filling out the requirements through LCBO to be able to take advantage of this agreement.
Yeah, and Ontario, obviously a huge market. What will some of the challenges be to get ready for that and to sort of survive and do well in that space?
So the biggest challenge is going to be the logistics and shipping cost. So that is something that obviously we're working with our partners to see how we can mitigate those risks.
Yeah, so what's the concern there, that the shipping costs would be so high that it would outprice the wine on the shelves in Ontario?
Technically, yes, or shipping, because the direct to consumer. So think about Ontario's visiting wineries in the summertime. They can now purchase directly from a winery. So the retail markup is essentially going to be the same to our producers as it would be to Ontario producers in the market. But then on top of that, of course, the winery does have to cover that shipping and logistics to get whatever size order that is to the consumer.
Okay.
And of course, if you were to list at LCBO as well.
Of course, right. And so when you look at the whole new landscape as it's going to unfold in May, what do you see as the potential?
Well, we're entering into a very large market. So really tapping into how many people are in Ontario, like 19 million. So that creates like a whole nother market. So it's a huge opportunity, something that we weren't able to take advantage before. So really tapping into that market through marketing and, being able to really take advantage of the tourism season here. When folks visit, they can, if they go home and they decide that they really had a good time or really enjoyed a particular style at one of our wineries, they can now easily purchase that product, unlike before where there were a lot of challenges with that.
I suppose.
So I think it's just the beginning.
Right, and I suppose the same could be said about Ontario wine coming here.
Same. Could
this backfire? I mean, could this market get flooded with cheaper Ontario wine, for example?
It's the same. I guess the positive step is it's the same agreement. So Ontario wines, they will have to pay the same markup as our producers pay as well. Now, I don't know what that's going to look like at NSLC, what that means for that shelf space. That would be like another conversation, but same for Nova Scotians. If they, visit an Ontario winery, they can obviously purchase easily that particular style of wine as well directly to the consumer. So if anything, it's just making wine more accessible across Canada. Opposed to how it was before.
Mm-hmm. The bigger picture, of course, it's the freer flow of alcohol between provinces. I know some of the craft breweries that I've spoken to say they're too small to take too much advantage of this kind of trade. I'm wondering on the wine side of things, do you expect all Nova Scotia wineries to partake, or is it likely only to be the bigger ones?
I don't think we'll see a huge flood at first. They still have to go through the administration process of registering with LCBO. And obviously some larger wineries who are already in the LCBO, they're already getting their, messaging out there. But I do think in the long run, this is obviously a first step of really marketing and promoting our Nova Scotia wine here and letting the rest of Canada know that Nova Scotia produces world-class wines.
Okay, and I know we're talking about Ontario here. Do you see other provinces doing the same sort of thing soon? And what kind of growth might you expect to see in the industry as a result?
Well, I think they have until, is it May? They had a deadline, the end of May, to work on these agreements, May 26th. So Ontario, Nova Scotia, they obviously came to their agreement 2 months before this deadline. So it'll be interesting to see what the other provinces, their agreements happen to be.
All right, we'll watch for that as well. Melissa Herbin, really appreciate your time today. Thanks for talking to us about this.
Thank you.
Coming up, Prime Minister Mark Carney announces a new initiative he says will help establish economic independence for Canada.
And Canadians in ICE detention centres are left in legal limbo as their families try to secure their release. Welcome back. Ottawa is establishing Canada's first sovereign wealth fund.
The move will allow the government to work in partnership with the private sector to finance major projects in areas such as energy, infrastructure, and technology. Kate McKenna has more.
Drawing inspiration from Canada's first major project, the Canadian Pacific Railway, Prime Minister Mark Carney committed to a new initiative he says will lead to more nation building.
Many countries that are blessed with natural resources, like Norway, have sovereign wealth funds. Canada hasn't had one until now.
Carney says the Sovereign Wealth Fund will be a government-managed investment account intended to help finance big Canadian projects for things like ports and critical minerals.
This will be a Government of Canada fund, but more importantly, this will be a people's fund. It will be your fund.
Canada will join other countries, including Norway, Singapore, and Saudi Arabia, in creating such a fund. For now, the government is committing $25 billion.
We would say that this is a good initiative for our nation. We need to have that environment to attract that economic investment, that private sector investment into our energy industry, into our industrial industries.
My sense is things are moving in the right direction. It's a big announcement.
The investments.
The government says the fund will be run by an independent Crown corporation. Experts warn the details of that arrangement are important.
It needs to be independent management and an independent governance board, or else what you risk is it just becomes a government slush fund.
What you don't want is at any point in time the government to look at them as pet projects financing.
Meanwhile, the leader of the opposition says Carney is using money the government doesn't have.
He's talking about a sovereign debt fund. He wants to put another $25 billion on the national credit card to gamble on a Liberal slush fund that will enrich Liberal insiders at the expense of hardworking Canadians.
The fund is expected to be a key component of the Carney government's spring economic statement set to be delivered on Tuesday. The plan will also include a way for individual Canadians to buy into the fund, but the full plans aren't expected to be hammered out for months. Kate McKenna, CBC News, Ottawa.
The suspect in the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner made a brief court appearance in Washington. Cole Thomas Allen is facing federal charges, among them attempting to assassinate the U.S. president. Nick Harper has the latest from Washington.
The world's media gathered outside Washington federal court on Monday for the arraignment of 31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen. On Saturday night, he allegedly charged the security screening area at the Washington Hilton Hotel, firing his weapon just outside the ballroom where President Donald Trump was preparing to speak. The gunfire prompted Secret Service to rush the president and First Lady off stage. Allen was arraigned on 3 charges: attempting to assassinate the US president, illegally transporting a firearm across state lines, and discharging a firearm during a crime of violence. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt called the alleged gunman depraved and said that political violence stemmed from the systematic demonization of the president by Democrats and the media.
Nobody in recent years has faced more bullets and more violence than President Trump. This political violence stems from a systemic demonization of him and his supporters by commentators, yes, by elected members of the Democrat Party, and even some in the media.
Prosecutors say, ahead of the attack, Allen emailed his family warning about the violence to come and laying out a priorities list of administration targets from highest ranking to lowest. Federal officials say additional charges will be added.
Make no mistake, this was an attempted assassination of the President of the United States.
The suspect is scheduled back in court on Thursday, when a judge will consider whether he can be released pending trial. If convicted, Allen faces life in prison. Nick Harper for CBC News, Washington.
A Winnipeg man detained by U.S. immigration enforcement agents is speaking out about conditions where he is being held. He says detainees at the ICE facility often go without proper food or medical care. Michelle Allen takes a closer look at his story.
Here in the Mojave Desert, a Winnipeg man has spent nearly 200 days behind barbed wire in ICE detention. This for-profit detention center is run by a private prison company called Geo Group on behalf of ICE.
We are prisoners. You know, indefinite prisoners is what makes it worse, with no end in sight.
Herman is one of 58 Canadians in ICE detention as of March. Most detainees, like Herman, haven't been convicted of a crime. Born and raised in Winnipeg, Herman moved to the U.S. 20 years ago, working cash jobs to get by. He says he overstayed his visa, which makes him an illegal immigrant. Then ICE took him into custody after a routine check-in as his case worked its way through immigration court. Herman says the conditions psychologically wear you down.
Some people have just broken down into just blubbering incoherent tears. I can't stand to be another day in this place, and just would beg to get deported out.
Herman hasn't been given the option to self-deport or leave the country on his own. He says he waited 7 weeks for treatment for a sinus infection. He's been waiting months to get a cavity in his front tooth filled. He says some other detainees haven't been able to get heart medication or diabetic insulin.
He says he's seen a lot of mold at Adelanto, on the walls, on the bread they serve, and in their laundry, which is often returned damp. Law professor Sherry Aiken says detainees must have access to proper food and timely medical care.
There are actually international guidelines that call for minimum standards of treatment in relation to anybody in detention. And it's very clear that the U.S. is in flagrant violation of those minimum standards.
While footage of people being snatched off the streets by masked agents has sparked outrage around the world, few see inside the detention centers. Congresswoman Norma Torres has.
American laws are being violated and human beings are being injured as a result, and some of them have lost their lives.
We would like to enter, we would like to speak to an ICE agent.
Torres and Congressman Raul Ruiz have pushed for access. Now she visits Adelanto every week to advocate for detainees. Torres says the inhumane conditions are intentional.
It's part of the mental trauma that they are being put through to force them to self-deport.
Some detainees never get the chance to self-deport. 4 Adelanto detainees have died since September. ICE referred questions to Geo Group. It says its services are monitored by ICE, and it provides around-the-clock access to medical care, translation services, and dietitian-approved meals. Herman's brother says he's worried for him.
I mean, he's a really free-spirited person. I'm sure it's killing him being locked behind, locked up like this.
Herman says he'd consider self-deportation, but he'd be sad to leave his life behind.
I was just thinking about my homestead. My cats, that's like your kids, my last emotional living connection to my dead wife, So, that's a big thing with me.
Herman says he was recently denied release on bond, with no lawyer, no bail, and no idea when he'll get out. He says all he can do is try to survive. Michelle Allen, CBC News, Winnipeg.
With Canadians continuing to avoid travel to the U.S., the American hospitality industry is feeling their absence. Now, some resorts at a major vacation destination are taking steps to woo Canadians. Sophia Harris explains.
Hi, great to see you.
Las Vegas tourism officials are traveling across Canada, meeting with local industry reps to spread this message.
We're missing our Canadian best friends. We miss you, and we want you to come back to Las Vegas.
To all Canadian residents, we're going at par.
As an incentive, 3 downtown Las Vegas resorts are offering Canadians at-par deals for accommodation, drinks, and gambling.
No exchange rate, all the fun.
But it may take more than pleas and deals to convince some Canadians to return. March marked the 14th straight month of steep declines. Canadian return trips from the U.S. plummeted 32% that month compared to March 2024, when the U.S. travel boycott had yet to take hold.
It's just a scary place that the U.S. is becoming right now.
Artist Bruce Newman used to travel often to the U.S. to paint landscapes. But like many others, he joined the boycott early last year.
67%, that's tariff.
After President Donald Trump started a trade war and suggested Canada become the 51st state.
Definitely, while Trump's in office, we're not interested in going to the States at all.
Many boycotters are still traveling. They're just going elsewhere. Last year, 25% fewer Canadians traveled to the U.S., but overseas trips rose by 9%, and domestic tourism spending increased by 2.5%.
We're seeing more trips to domestic and other international destinations. So the story here is really a rebalancing in where Canadians are choosing to travel.
Newman is considering a trip to Gaspé, Quebec in the fall to paint landscapes.
I miss the freedom of going to the United States to paint, but there's plenty to paint here.
There's another looming problem for the U.S. tourism industry. The war in Iran is driving up jet fuel prices. The result? Higher airfares, which could mean even more Canadians choosing to stay home. Sophia Harris, CBC News, Toronto.
Manitoba is planning to become the first province to block children and youth from using social media. Premier Wab Kinew says the measure is needed to protect their mental health. But the proposed law has been met with mixed reaction. Sheehan Desjardins reports.
From Manitoba Premier Wab Kinew, a first-of-its-kind promise in Canada.
Our government will ban social media and AI chatbots for children and youth in Manitoba.
So far, though, no word on a timeline or how it would be enforced. But Kinew says it's necessary to keep kids safe.
We'll be working over the next few months with families and teachers in the province just to make sure that we get the message out.
Reaction from Manitobans is mixed.
It might be harder to just know what's happening around, like maybe more isolated.
Sometimes AI really helps me out in my situations, like studying for.
But I think if they were to ban it, it would be better for like younger, if you know what I mean, like 13 and under maybe.
Australia did it first last year, leading to millions of accounts being deactivated, blocking those 16 and under. The verdict still not in on how successful it's been. Nova Scotia, Quebec, and Saskatchewan are considering similar ideas.
We need action.
This parent advocate has been pushing for politicians to bring in social media bans.
Whether it's anxiety, depression, eating disorders, self-harm, suicidality, low self-worth, loneliness, the list goes on. I didn't even finish it. So if there's any other product that was linked to that many harms to our youth, would we still be saying they need to have this product in their hands?
But not all think a ban is the solution.
Let's say you have a teenager in a rural setup and it's harder for them to connect physically with people. I'm worried about them. I think the outcomes for them will be poor.
The Manitoba Premier says the onus to enforce the ban will fall on major tech companies. Still, some experts are hoping Ottawa steps in with a ban of its own. Sheehan Desjardins, CBC News, Toronto.
Canada's main stock index finished in negative territory, weighed down by consumer cyclicals, while U.S. markets also dipped. Here's a look at the numbers as we head to commercial break.
This is Nova Scotia. And this is Nova Scotia on your smart TV, because CBC News is now streaming local. Local news and weather on your connected TV or favorite device. CBC News Nova Scotia, streaming now.
Okay, getting cooler out there now after what was a pretty nice day in Nova Scotia, but more hope because there's more sun in the forecast.
Yes, it feels like maybe we're getting a little traction on spring.
Yeah, though, it's still got a ways to go, for sure. Spring,
we're not full speed ahead.
Yeah, I know.
Spring runs right until the 21st of June. I don't think my mic's on. Maybe
There
it
you
is.
go.
Is it on
I
now?
heard you
Okay,
clearly.
there we
Yeah,
go.
okay.
Yeah. Thankfully, my voice is so loud it booms into Tom's mic. So obviously, we're going to still see some bumps on the road here, but looking definitely trending in the right direction. Have a look at our viewer picture of the day as we zoom in on Second Peninsula and the Lunenburg County and have a look at this. This was this morning's sunrise.
So peaceful.
Craig May with a great shot. And Ryan's picks at cbc.ca. You got to get up early now to watch that sunrise.
That's right.
It's getting earlier and earlier. And of course, the sunset, later and later. There's the temperatures for tomorrow. Once again, the Valley, Yarmouth, Digby, the Valley, around Cobequid Bay, Colchester, Cumberland, and across to Pictou County. Those are going to be the spots to be. Antigonish County still into that likely that east to southeast flow, keeping temperatures there a little bit cooler. But even in those cooler temps, 8 to 12 degrees tomorrow if you work your way inland away from those onshore winds. Now for Wednesday, similar story. The warmest temps will be away from the onshore winds. And we are looking at a better chance for showers on Wednesday. In fact, chance for showers beginning as early as Tuesday, mid to late afternoon through the Shelburne County, Queens County, and pushing into Yarmouth County by supper time. That little wave of shower activity looks like dissipate as we move into Wednesday afternoon. And an area of high pressure, again, just off the coast of Newfoundland will keep things pretty quiet here. Isolated shower chances Thursday, and then Friday, that rain will bust in.
All right.
We need it.
Yeah, thanks for that, Ryan. Well, Aristotle famously said, art imitates nature. Keeping that in mind, here are some artists. That's the song of a seagull at the 6th annual Gull Screeching Championship. Didn't know there was such a thing. More than 70 participants from 15 countries took part.
Now, the jury awards points based on the sound of their screech, but also how they embody the bird. Organizers say the goal is to create more positive feelings towards the birds, which are sometimes viewed as pests.
There is no prize money involved, just bragging rights, and those are up for grabs. If my kids did that, there'd be no prizes, but I'd just throw whatever candy they wanted to make it stop.
Make it stop. All right,
amazing.
that's it for us tonight. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
Good night.
Good night.